I almost got ran over right after that, because these people hopped on just pedestrians' cars, and the car just like zoomed off, and these people fell off. And I remember the car, I can feel the gravity of the car zooming by, like reversing. You just hear the wheel. It was like the most aggressive reverse I've ever heard. And it was like so scary. And what made me want to leave, because I was already wanted to go, but I kept losing my friend because see white people. And we got to like this bridge, and I remember I saw these little white kids. They could have been no older than like 12, 13. They was saying, they were calling the cops the N-word and saying this is like GTA. This is just like GTA. I was so pissed. I told her, let's go. Call your brother to come pick us up. And they're like, no, I want to be here. I'm like, no, I don't care. We're gonna go now. These little kids, these little white kids are saying the N-word, and they say this is just like GTA. I don't care to be here anymore. I'm over it. So then we had a second protest uh, in my town, my college town. And it was just a place where like white people just patting themselves on the back, like just like I'm a good ally. And it was pissing me off. They weren't even saying anything, and they also weren't like prioritizing like people of color to speak. Like they were just like allowing just any white person to just go, just get up there. And again, they weren't even saying anything. So I remember I was a very timid, quiet, shy person at the time. So I just had a moment where I was just so frustrated with all these white people. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna raise my hand. And I was getting annoyed because it was like four white people went past me, and I remember like someone's like, "Oh, let her speak," and I finally got to say something, and I just like just off riff, like I was so over it. So I was just like, y'all over here preaching to the choir, but where you all really need to be at is in MKKK. I didn't say that, but I'm using code names. But you need to be in MKKK where like the races really be out and loud and proud and whatnot. So like I was really just going in on it, just like, and people were
Yeah, floodgates
cheering.
open. I guess you had enough,
No,
huh?
no, yeah, and people were actually cheering, and people were like having such a like a visceral, like positive, like reaction to what I was saying, and I had no idea. Like I'd never done public speaking before. There was a whole, I guess, argument behind me. I had no idea. These like white people are fragile about it. There was this white lady when we were like, even when we were marching to the park from just crossing the street, this car like drove through us, like past a red light, and literally almost hit people. The local news showed up. I had no idea. I got caught off completely off guard. When I left the protest, I came back home. Already there was an article out with a whole live stream. Uh, though it was edited, where they edited out the teacher speaking and one of the people, the officials speaking. So they wanted to make it sound like we're just some
Yeah,
angry, just
naturally, you
you
guys
know,
have to look. Yeah, they're gonna manipulate to make sure that people think that you guys are not bringing anything to the table except for like violence and mayhem, right?
that they also used me as their Facebook cover photo without my consent. They released my full first middle, capital middle, and last name. Didn't ask for no permission, none of that. So I felt like soft doxed for that. And yeah, so I moved away after that, and I didn't come back till a summer later. And I was supposed to just like have like a poetry of like a collaboration, because I did some art for a poetry book, and then I had like this black like organization that does like this little like black youth like camp. Um yeah, and I was like, oh well, since I'm gonna be here for a month, I might as well host a protest. So I did that. Turnout was amazing, but you know,